Hey everybody, it's Representative Russ Diamond, and we're visiting another one of Lebanon County's hidden gems. Today we are at the Isaac Meier Homestead in Myerstown. Isaac Meier is the namesake of Myerstown, and I'm joined today by David Zimmerman, who is the chairman of the Isaac Meier Homestead Incorporated, which is preserving this house and takes care of it. David, tell me a little bit about the history of Isaac Meier and this homestead. When was this home built?
Okay, the home was built by Isaac Meier's father-in-law in 1755 to 1757. It was progression. It was built in 3 different stages. The kitchen, the middle part of the house, and then this part of the house. And it shows 2 different types of architecture. It goes German, English, and then back to German, depending upon who owned it at the time.
And so Isaac Meier lived here for how long then?
Okay, Isaac Meier lived here up until his death. He bought it in 1757, and he was shot in 1770. His family lived here up until the Civil War. Then the house was occupied by various renters up until the 1960s.
Now you mentioned Isaac Meier's death, which is sort of a local, part of local lore. Isaac Meier was murdered as he was sitting in a tavern here in Myerstown, and the murder was never really solved, was it?
No, actually the tavern still stands on Main Street, and he was invited down there in July for a supposedly business meeting. And while he was waiting for the other person to show up, he was shot in the back of the neck. And he was brought home here, and he lived till the next day and then died. Governor Penn, at that time, it was John Penn, offered a 500-pound reward for any information leading to the solving of this murder, which 500 pounds in that time was
a lot of money, yeah.
And the murder was never solved.
It was never solved. And there is some speculation that it was some kind of land deal that went wrong, or some sort of financial thing going on that it was just not kosher, right?
Yeah, there was a series of letters that was published in the Philadelphia Gazette arguing about a land transaction, which I don't want to use the other name because these people still live in Myerstown.
Right on. We're going to withhold names to protect the innocent or the guilty, right? Well, look, tell me a little bit about some of the challenges of maintaining and conserving a very, very old building like the Isaac Meier Homestead.
You're always just keeping the building standing is a challenge because we're over a lot of lime sinkholes, so we have problems with cracking in the plaster and stuff. So it's like any house. You're redoing it if you want to keep after it.
Right. And building technology back in those days was not the same as it is today. So you have a lot of settling, a lot of sinking, that sort of thing, and you know, the weather, the humidity is the problem. So what sort of activities does the homestead take on in order to help support the maintenance of this homestead?
Okay, our main fundraiser is we have a country fair the last Saturday of September, where we have traditional craftsmen performing their crafts and also selling them. We have traditional foods, fireplace cooking and baking. We do tours. We do a candlelight tour after our holiday parade the last Saturday in November, which we have the fireplaces going as candlelit. We have a group of singers that do Christmas carols in German and English. We have sheets that we pass around so you can sing along with them if you're so inclined. And it's really a nice time. A lot of people in town use that. They're here every year and they tell me it's their tradition to kick off their holiday season.
Right. It is a very traditional part of Myerstown's heritage here. It's become a big event, and I want to thank you, David, for joining us today and telling us more about the Isaac Meier Homestead. And we want to invite people to come out and visit you folks when you do have events. We're right here on South College Street in Myerstown. So that's it, folks. From the Isaac Meier Homestead in Myerstown, one of Lebanon County's hidden gems.